your host, Ben Worthington.
How can you get a high band score in Lexical Resource in the IELTS Writing task? Hi there, my name is Ben Worthington. In this tutorial, I'm going to give you a very useful, very practical strategy to help you score higher with your Lexical Resource. And this is a strategy that's included in the online course. It's very easy to learn, it's very quick, and the course is absolutely full of these straightforward, practical tips and advice that help you improve much faster. So before we jump into this tutorial, it's very important to understand how the IELTS examiners grade this part of the test. They don't give you one grade. They give you 4 grades that you do not see. Then these are added together afterwards to get an overall band score for your IELTS writing. The 4 areas are task achievement, cohesion and coherence, lexical resource, grammatical range and accuracy. I'm going to focus on lexical resource and how we can improve our score. So as we just mentioned, lexical resource is going to represent 25% of your overall score. So it's important you choose your vocabulary carefully. Now, a lot of students just focus on answering the question and don't pay enough attention, usually, to vocabulary. And this might end up as getting a 5 for lexical resource, and then it might lower the overall band score. Now, to get over a 6 in your lexical resource, we're going to have to use a range of less common words and phrases. Let's have a look exactly how we can do this with an IELTS essay. We're going to look at a typical question, and this topic is very common as well. It's about the environment. So before we even start focusing on the vocabulary, we need to read and understand the question. Let's have a look. It is the job of governments and companies to deal with the huge environmental problems which we face. Individuals on their own can do little or nothing. What is your opinion about this statement? In this question, we need to focus on governments, companies, and individuals. So the best answer would be, I would take 2 strategies. We could take the 5-paragraph model and write a paragraph for each one, or we could kind of group them into organizations and individuals. Yeah? We could say, put governments and companies in the same basket in one paragraph, and then the next paragraph dedicated just to individuals. And it would make it easier to write. Anyway, in this specific example, we've done 3 paragraphs. Now, we've understood the question. And here is the tip I give in the online course. Okay, it's very pragmatic. We are not going to jump in with 2 feet and start writing the essay. No, we're going to note down some complex words and phrases we can use in our answer. Okay? So if you do it like this, you're more likely to include it in your essay. Now, what kind of vocabulary could we use to improve our lexical resource in this question about the environment? Well, not only are we going to use some less common words and complex language, but we're going to definitely use collocations. And collocations, if you don't know, these are words that go together naturally, and there's a higher statistical chance that we find them together when they are used. And they're used by native English speakers, and they help you to sound more natural. Here's a few collocations. To tackle climate change. This basically means to deal with climate change. Next one. A pressing problem. Problem that needs dealing with urgently. A pressing problem. Hopefully you've whipped out your pen and you're writing these down. If you're not, I hope you're committing them to memory. Next one. A moral responsibility. A duty to behave in a way that is right. The key players. The most important people. By the way, just as a side note, if you think this tutorial would benefit somebody, please send them the link, send them a message telling them to download this tutorial or the tutorials in general. And this way we can just help make this IELTS burden and frustration a little bit easier for everybody else. So, just to recap where we've got so far. We read the question, we understand the question, and then we brainstorm complex language related to the topic. Complex language is going to include topic-specific vocabulary, collocations, and collocations. So, let's jump into this. What I'm going to do is read you the question, then I'm going to read you the answer. Okay? Or at least the paragraphs I wrote. Now, as I said, in this example, I divided it up into a range of paragraphs. And what I'm going to do is read you the answer, and I'm going to lower my voice when I mention a collocation, topic-specific vocabulary, or impressive language, less common language. And I'm going to lower my voice when I do this because when somebody whispers, you pay much more attention. Okay? So when there is a lowering in the voice, what usually happens is that our ears peak up, our listening peaks up, and we try to pay more attention. And this will be a clue for you to pay more attention, and you're more likely to remember it. And if you've got that pen in your hand, you can write them down, or even just pause the recording, write them down in your phone. Let's go. Question first. It is the job of governments and companies to deal with the huge environmental problems which we face. Individuals on their own can do little or nothing. What is your opinion about this statement? We've done our introduction. Let's jump straight into the body paragraphs. It cannot be disputed that the world is experiencing an environmental crisis. According to recent research, if nothing is done to tackle climate change, in the near future, our planet will face the devastating consequences of global warming. Undoubtedly, it is the role of governments and corporate organisations to take action. However, I strongly feel that individuals need to make a contribution to deal with this pressing problem as well. Politicians, this is a new paragraph, politicians could certainly invest public finances in order to research the issues connected with climate change, and furthermore could pass laws in relation to industrial pollution, which is making a major contribution to the greenhouse effect. Nevertheless, it requires constant pressure from citizens, either alone or in environmental pressure groups, on our leaders to make this happen. The general public can protest, lobby the politicians, or vote for a political party who proposes introducing green policies if elected. Green policies. Similarly, new paragraph, corporate businesses should be adopting more sustainable, working practices, for instance, by switching to more environmentally friendly ways of manufacturing using renewable energies such as solar panels. Likewise, the individual as a consumer can play a role here too by refusing to purchase products which have been manufactured in a way that damages the environment. It must also be acknowledged that individuals have a moral responsibility to care for our planet. For example, reducing consumption of fossil fuels whenever possible, becoming self-sufficient by growing their own vegetables and switching off lights when they are not needed. Although some of these actions may seem minor, the cumulative effect of everyone taking such actions would be enormous. There we go. Okay, and I'll read you the conclusion in a second. But let me just recap the impressive or uncommon vocabulary, the topic-specific vocabulary, the collocations, all used in this essay, right? And notice as well that they're used in a natural way. In a second, I will tell you about how we can acquire this vocabulary. So, the vocab used, which would help us score points: an environmental crisis, to tackle climate change, planet, devastating consequences of global warming. This is a pressing problem. Okay, industrial pollution, the greenhouse effect, environmental pressure groups, lobby the politicians. Okay, the general public can protest and lobby the politicians. Lobby just means to try and persuade, to take action through the courts, to persuade the politicians to do stuff. Okay, next one, green policies. Sustainable, environmentally friendly, renewable energy, solar panels, a moral responsibility, reducing consumption of fossil fuels, and self-sufficient. All of that is topic-specific vocabulary, and all of it is helping you score maximum points for Lexical Resource. Now, on IELTS Podcast, we've got on IELTSPodcast.com, there is a whole page, there's a whole massive tutorial on IELTS vocabulary and Lexical Resource. Just go to Google or Bing, whatever you use, put IELTS Podcast Lexical Resource, and you will find it. Okay? And there we talk about how you can learn this, how you can start incorporating it in a natural way. Because a lot of students might just go out and learn lists, which is better than nothing. But unless you learn those lists in context, unless you learn those words, phrases, and collocations in context, it's not going to sound natural. As we mentioned before, the environment is a frequently used topic. So if you want to use decent vocabulary in your exam, then hopefully you've written down the phrases I've just shared with you, and go research those phrases. And when you come across a new phrase, don't just copy the phrase, copy down the whole sentence, and then maybe write down about 4 or 5 different sentences using a similar structure or using different words, but using that collocation. And this will help you to get to use the collocation in a natural form, especially if you're getting feedback on your work. And if you're lost and you don't know where to get feedback, then you can have a look at the essay correction service. We've got an IELTS podcast, and there you can send in your work, and the essay corrector will give you some feedback. Sometimes I do it as well when the essay corrector's on holiday, but she'll give you some feedback and she will help you understand where you need to improve. And it's a very fast and effective way of improving. So, as I said, if you know anybody who's struggling with their IELTS, then perhaps send them a link with this tutorial or a link to the podcast. Also, the next step, if you want to carry on improving, is to go and subscribe at IELTSPodcast.com. Leave your email and we'll send you more tutorials, a big PDF full of model essays and vocabulary resources. And if you're in a hurry, then you might want to have a look at the online course. So, my name is Ben Worthington. Good luck with your IELTS. Keep on practicing, keep on improving, and you will get there. Have a great day.
Thanks for listening to IELTSPodcast.com.